Welcome back to the Mark Worch Show. This is episode -8. I was at my coffee shop this week and I realized we have really good service and we have really good food and really good coffee, but I noticed internally we were struggling and I wanted to put some processes in place so things would flow smoother. And it got me thinking about the 3 Ps, which is people, process, and product. And the 3 Ps exist in every single business. And that's what I want to talk about and how it applies to any type of business you're doing. And in the context of my coffee shop, I'm kind of going to run down that. So you got people, process, product. The people are your employees, they're your customers, they're your vendors. Every business consists of people. That's usually one of the biggest costs you're going to have, your labor cost. And you really got to keep an eye on that. For your employees, you've got employee training, customer service that they're providing to the customer. Are they engaging with the customer? Vendors, do you know your vendors well? Are you making a relationship with your vendors? Are you building a relationship in that they can get you things that typically other vendors can't get you or that they don't provide other companies? Do your vendors give you good deals on things because you've built the relationship? It's all people. All business is all people. I don't care what industry you're in. I've seen my entire life. It's all people. So those are some of the things you want to focus on. Then you've got your process. Now your process is the idea that you have and how you're going to make it come to life and everything in between. It's bridging the gap between innovation and implementation. It's all the in between. So the benefit for having a process, let me backtrack here. Process. The benefit of having a process really is you're gonna save time, you're gonna get consistency, and then it's teachable, which means you could delegate. So you're gonna save a lot of time because instead of you're gonna figure out the optimum way of performing a task. For example, in my business, hiring, what's the optimum way to hire? I'm gonna set up. I've done it 100 different times now, and I've narrowed it down to the best way, the best system in place, the best process to hire new candidates. So I'm not wasting a lot of time doing it. I'm able to weed out and screen candidates that aren't going to be a good fit, so forth and so on. So I put this process together for the hiring. You can create processes in everything you do. You can have cleaning processes, training processes, process cashing out the register, any business you're in, you can create these processes. So that's going to save you a lot of time, but it's also going to create consistency because now you have this process in place. You can document this via videos or you can write it down. And now you're going to be able to teach someone else how to do this or just you go buy it yourself and it's consistent. So now you have consistency. It's the exact same thing. So the customer is getting the same experience or you're going to get the same outcome every time. If you need to tweak things, you're going to get consistency. So then you can also delegate it. You can teach someone else how to do it because it's the exact same process. So now you're able to scale because you're delegating your duties. And then that person can teach someone else and they can teach someone else. It's trainable. So it's super important to have a process in place in any type of business. And then you got your product. Your product can be a physical product or it can be an intangible product like a service. So in my case, it is somewhat of a service, but it's also a product. We've got coffee, we got food, we got pastries at the coffee shop. So the product has got to be good, right? That's your deliverable. When someone's handing over money, it's the thing that you're giving them. That's your product. It's what they're expecting to get. Hopefully they get what they expect to get. So that's your product. You focus on those 3 things: people, process, and product. Those are the 3 tenets you're going to focus on every single business, whatever you're doing. Now you can check in with those every week or every month, whatever you think is necessary. And whenever you have a problem in your business, you can always go back to the 3 Ps and say, okay, which bucket is this falling into? This is an employee issue. Okay, this has to do with people. There's some type of miscommunication because I'm training my staff, but it's not getting through to them to do exactly what I'm asking them to do. So maybe I need to fix the process in the training while I'm working with my people to deliver a better product, to deliver a better service. So these simultaneously, people, process, product, they Simultaneously, people, process, and product, they work individually, but they also work in tandem. So they rely on each other just as much as they don't rely on each other. So you could have a great product. We've all been to a restaurant or we've experienced a really good product that one of our favorite companies has to provide, but perhaps the process, the going to that restaurant and the ordering, the waiter or waitress shows up late and then they take forever to come back to take your order and they take forever to come back to bring your check. And maybe the waiter or waitress was super nice and they're super kind and it was great service, but the process, the way everything dealt with, it could have been the best meal you ever had. You're going to be irritated because the process wasn't good. Simultaneously, it could be a really good process. Everything could have been squeaky clean from the time you sat down to your meal to you got your check. The food could have been amazing, but the server could have been rude to you. And then there's a malfunction of the people. Or it could have been just bad dinner. We've all gone somewhere and we had horrible dinner. But the process was good and the person was really nice who served you. So the idea is you want to have all these 3Ps, people, process, product, in full capacity when you're running your business. So you always want to check in with these things. God damn, I'm sweating like a motherfucker. That's really all I wanted to talk to you guys today about was the 3Ps, people, process, product. I want to study that more as I get in depth. I want to understand more about those as well. I don't know if my voice, if I'm talking too much in a teaching manner, or if I need to change my demeanor, or if I just need to talk to you like normal. So those are the 3Ps, people, process, and product. I'm sure there's a lot more literature to read about these three things. I'm going to dive more into these three things as I go along and get more in depth, but I kind of wanted to touch the surface on the 3Ps, and hopefully that helps out. Thanks for watching Mark Worch Show. This is episode -8. See you next time. Hopefully. Ah, that fucking sucks so fucking bad.